Hey everyone, Colt here again. Let's talk about part one real quick. The reason this specific article is so effective is because of the passion that was put into it by the writer. But that's not what makes it great. I think the thing that makes it great is the ability to put that passion in there while still telling a story and doing it in their own way. Now let's get into the top 10 qualities of a sports broadcast writer. First off, we got clarity. I think the simpler it is, the easier it is to understand for everybody. If you're not super invested into a specific sport, you might not understand all the acronyms or different stats that are being put out. Next up, we got storytelling. Being able to tell a story from start to finish with your words is a requirement for keeping people's attention. Back in the Pete Rose video that I shared earlier, that's what they did. They shared a story. It wasn't a story of his entire life, it wasn't a story of his entire career, but you could tell it was heartfelt. Next up, we got adaptability. Being able to write for different people reading, different audiences, different stages is imperative. John Madden isn't going to read your script the same way Tony Romo is. Now we move on to time management. I think time management can be looked at in two very specific ways. First off, delivering your project on time. If they need it by Friday, it needs to be there Thursday as far as I'm concerned. The other side of that is filling a specific time slot. If you've got 45 seconds to fill, they need 45 seconds worth of footage. They don't need 37 seconds. They don't need 49 seconds. They need 45 seconds. That's what we have to be able to give them. Next up is accuracy. I think this is a really big one nowadays with social media, having it in the palm of your hands. Everybody wants to be first. But I'd rather be accurate. I want to put out the right information the first time. I don't want to have to go back and go, well, actually, this is what happened. Make sure it's right the first time. Research ties in directly with accuracy. Earlier, when I was looking up the ESPN video that I shared for part one of this, I ran into a real hard time of only being able to find information on Wikipedia. That's not what I wanted. Wikipedia is a decent jumping point, but it's not something I'm going to trust my grade to. I'm going to go to a reliable source. I'm going to be right the first time. Audience awareness is a big one, especially for someone like me. We live near a military installation where everybody that comes here already has a home team. So, trying to put out information or commercials or advertisements for our local hockey team or our local baseball team is that much harder. Now we have voice and broadcast style. Now I get what you're saying. Voice, but we're writing. Yeah, we are. But it depends on what you're writing about, depends on who you're writing to. Earlier on, when we talked about part one, I shared a video from ESPN. That voice was meant to be heartfelt the entire time. You go watch the Monday Night Football commercials, they're meant to build energy. That was written to build excitement. Then we have persistence, the ability to just keep moving forward no matter what the situation is. You might have gotten some nasty criticism that you don't like. Use it to make yourself better. You might have gotten some nasty comments on YouTube about some of your content. That's fine. Use it to move forward and keep driving to be better. Last but not least, we've got passion. What's the old saying? If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Here's the thing, if you can enjoy it while you're doing it, the product's going to be that much better. It's going to come out better every single time because you're enjoying it. Nobody wants to see somebody sitting there and just reading along because that's what they've got on the screen and that's what it needs to be done. They want your energy. And if you enjoy it, it's going to be easier to do. If you go back and watch the Pete Rose video, listen to not just the way the person is presenting it, but listen to the words. You can tell the person that wrote that script, even if it's not the person that's reading the script, meant every word that was written. All this is my reference page. As you can see, most of it is links to the GIFs that I used for each of my slides. There at the bottom, though, you can see the link to the ESPN video that I referenced in part one. I'll toss that into the comments so that everybody else can view it as well. If you enjoyed the PowerPoint, you enjoyed any of the slides, maybe if you enjoyed one of the GIFs, pay it forward. Go out there, be the reason somebody smiles.